Ladies and gentlemen, Ralph Northam wants to show off his high IQ abilities. So, this story just came out on Fox News February 8th, 2019. Hmm. He's saying Northam insists he's not in racist photo because he's left-handed, while men in photo are right-handed. So, y'all, he's not the men in the picture because he's left-handed. That's why he's not those men in the picture. I'm not going to stop any man from showing off their high IQ abilities. So this is Fox News. Let's get into this story. Ralph Northam can't possibly come up with any other way to explain himself out of the yearbook mess. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it is best to be humble and quiet. But since people like Ralph Northam don't know what that is, he will always live his life going through one foot in the mouth experience after another. Hold my beer. The embattled Virginia governor says he's certain he's not one of the two men shown in a racist photo in his 1984 medical school yearbook because the men in the photo are holding beers in their right hand while he's left-handed. That's right, left-handed, high IQ people have no ability to pick up the beer mug with their right hand. They can't do that. When it comes down to drinking alcohol, the right hand no longer works. Let's go on. Northam, who initially apologized for the racist photo, but later backtracked it and said he doesn't believe he's actually in it, has been fighting for his political life ever since the picture showing a man in blackface and a man in Ku Klux Klan garb emerged February 1st. So it was him in the photo. It wasn't him in the photo. Now it couldn't possibly be him in the photo because he's left-handed. And if you hold a beer with your right hand, that means you're not a left-handed person. Most top Democrats and his party have issued statements calling for him to resign amid the controversy, but Northam insists on his innocence and trying to convince others that the picture was added to the yearbook by mistake and doesn't feature him. Now, you submit those pictures for your yearbook page. They published it, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what he gave them. This is not a mistake. This happened in 1984. If it was a mistake, why did it take him all the way to 2019 to mention this mistake? Is there anyone in his life that heard about this mistake back in 1984? Where are they? And my question is, what kind of school, even in 1984, would look at a picture like that and think it was okay to put in a yearbook? So I put a lot of fault on the school too. Northam's left hand versus right hand theory was reported by BuzzFeed. So he posted this on Twitter. Ralph Northam, when you hear it, hashtag National Beer Lovers Day. Celebrate with an ice cold hashtag VA craft beer. September 7th, 2018. Northam reportedly told his staff that the photo struck him as odd because while attending the medical school, he particularly had trouble using his right hand and even struggled to use a scalpel with it. He claimed that his left hand is his dominant hand and pointed out that another picture in the yearbook shows him holding a beer with his left hand. But the latest theory isn't convincing many on social media, with many users noting that Northam while being left-handed, has been pictured comfortably using his right hand, including to hold beer and sign bills. Northam, who admitted wearing blackface as part of a Michael Jackson costume in a different instance the same year, is looking for ways to withstand the calls to resign by upcoming with policy initiatives that tackle Virginia's history of racism. He was not concerned about that until that picture showed up, y'all. He's also begun a learning process and started reading works by Black Americans, according to the outlet. The books include the 1976 Alex Haley novel Roots, in addition to, oh my goodness, I can't do this, y'all. I can't do this. So wait a minute. It took a racist incident of a picture for him to recognize Black authors. Can you see how staged this shit is? It couldn't be more staged. So this man knew nothing about a book written by someone Black until this incident happened. Now he wants to learn more. He doesn't care about that stuff, y'all. He's trying to save his ass. Okay? He's trying to save his ass. Not that those authors don't deserve recognition. They do, but not for this purpose. Not for the purpose of saving this man's ass. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Please don't lose your breakfast. I'm going to try not to lose mine.
All right, not exactly. Hell no, I won't go. But for now, Virginia's governor, Ralph Northam, making it clear that he's not going anywhere anytime soon, telling his top staff that despite the controversy over that racist photo, he isn't going anywhere. The Virginia Republican Chairman Jack Wilson with me right now. Good to have you, Jack. I'm wondering what you make of this. He might have calculated, given the controversies around the two who are in line, next in line to replace him, Democrats both, they're in a heap of trouble and controversy too. So he figures unsafe.
Well, I don't know if he's safe. He pretty much said last Friday night that he wasn't going anywhere. He wasn't going to resign. That's the night he admitted he was in the photograph. Then the next day on Saturday, when he reversed himself, he again said he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Subsequent to that, he's had pretty much every national Democrat runner for president say he needs to resign. He's had the legislative Black Caucus say he needs to resign.
No, everyone has. But what I'm wondering about is the fact that his lieutenant governor is still facing these assault allegations and the back and forth with that. The Attorney General, Mark Herring, also has photo issues, that it kind of at least gave him some breathing room. What do you think?
Well, he may be looking at it that way, but he's the only Democrat that the Democrats have called on to resign thus far. So he may be playing a little politics too, but I think the Democrat Party generally has now switched into a political mode instead of a principle mode.
Well, answer me that, because you know the state well, obviously, but it sounds to me, I've been reading a lot of the Virginia press, and they've been, I'm not saying going light on Attorney General Mark Herring, the issue with his photos that go back even earlier. But it's like a, very, very careful approach that no one's been telling him, you got to go,
Well, that's
because
right.
the next stop is a Republican.
Is a Republican. And I think that's why they have now switched from a principled position to one where power and politics is overtaking principle, because they recognize that if the governor goes, which they've called him to do, the lieutenant governor is next. And as you mentioned, he has got a serious sexual assault allegation pending against him that still needs to be investigated. So the Attorney General Herring is really their safety net. So they can't quite get rid of him yet, because if he goes and then the lieutenant governor goes, then they're in a world of hurt. So I can see where they're going light on the Attorney General, just because they're now focusing on power and politics and have thrown.
All right, y'all. As you can see, this, what this just proves? Politicians are corrupt. If you are looking for an honest politician up in this bitch, don't hold your breath. You won't find them. You won't find any of them. It doesn't matter what side they're on, Democrat or Republican. You are not going to find these good, upstanding politicians. They do not exist, ladies and gentlemen. But please tell me what you think about this new revelation of him not being the person in the picture because he's left-handed and the men in the photo are right-handed. This, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of the mind of a high IQ person. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.